Virtual reality technology is literally a game changer. For the first time since 3D graphics came around 20 years ago, it radically changes the way we play games and opens the door to fantastic new experiences. The Oculus Rift is the first headset available, and it does a fantastic job of not just displaying high-quality VR, but making it easy to use. It's tough to relate the experiences the Rift can give you with words and two-dimensional video, because this is something unlike anything most people have ever seen. To give you an idea of how powerful it is, it can not only make you forget where you really are, but fool your brain into thinking you're moving when you're actually sitting still. It is, in a word, amazing. It's also pricey. At $600, on top of requiring a fairly powerful PC, the Rift is very much a fancy toy for enthusiast early adopters. But unlike most first-generation products, what you get here is surprisingly polished and easy to use. All you need to do is install the software, plug the headset into a USB 3 port and an HDMI port, plug the sleek-looking sensor into a second USB 3 port, and then plug the included Xbox One wireless controller dongle into any USB port. Now you're good to go. The headset itself is light and comfortable. Thanks to soft padding, it feels like wearing some nice but slightly heavy ski goggles. Despite its light weight, its textured matte plastic housing doesn't look or feel cheap or flimsy, and it doesn't pick up fingerprints. Velcro straps on the top and sides allow you to adjust the fit easily, but like with ski goggles, it can leave an impression on your face if you wear it for more than a short while. When you put the Rift on, it forms a tight seal around your face, blocking out everything except a little bit of room around your nose. I found that easy to ignore during gaming, and also useful when I want to look down and find a controller without taking the headset off. When you do take it off, a handy sensor on the inside detects that and turns the headset off and pauses your game. A slider on the underside of the headset allows you to adjust the distance between the eyepieces to match up with your eyes. When it's set up right, the image is strikingly clear. You can definitely see pixels, especially in bright virtual environments, but the moment things start moving around, they become much less noticeable.
Check your 6.
The integrated earphones sound great, and easily swivel and move to fit over your ear. They effectively block out external sound, so it's handy to be able to easily lift one off of one ear to hear what's going on in the real world. They're removable too, if you prefer to use your own high-end headphones. Plus, there's a built-in microphone for voice chat, so you don't need any extra cables. The simple remote also feels sturdy. This is less for gaming, and more for one-handed, always-on control for watching video or other more passive experiences. We unfortunately can't show it, but Oculus Home is the virtual game launcher and store that you see when you put the headset on. The way it works is very similar to a floating version of Microsoft's Xbox One interface or Netflix, and that familiarity makes it easy to find what you're looking for. It's strange that this so-called home environment is non-interactive and non-customizable though. I felt like I was house-sitting in someone else's ultra-modern apartment. My only major gripe with Oculus Home is the game installation process. You can buy a game and download it from inside VR, but to install you're prompted to remove the headset just to click one button on the desktop. So I even have the store in VR. Also, right now, you can only install games bought from the Oculus Store on the C drive. And what about the games? Right now they vary widely, from the jaw-dropping space dogfights of Eve Valkyrie, to ports of existing games like Defense Grid 2, all the way down to disappointingly simple games designed for Samsung's phone-based Gear VR system. With a few exceptions, most of these games would be kinda lame if you played them on a conventional gaming system, but the novelty of VR alone makes them interesting. There are exciting things on the horizon, but at the moment the catalog is just okay. The one area where the Rift is underwhelming right now is the lack of hand-tracking motion controllers, which limits the way we can interact with these virtual worlds to mostly the same methods we use for conventional games. That means almost everything on the Oculus right now could be played elsewhere from a different perspective. Oculus says its Oculus Touch controllers will be out sometime later this year, but considering the competing HTC Vive launches very soon with its controllers included for $800, that's a temporary but significant disadvantage for the Oculus. After spending many hours in virtual reality, I believe the launch of the Oculus Rift is the start of a new era. The first time you put it on is the closest thing to real magic you're likely to experience anytime soon. It's true that VR has a lot of maturing to do, but this amazing headset is a front row seat to watch gaming history being made. Its current lack of motion controllers means these enticing experiences are mostly look but don't touch. But even though it can't live up to its full potential quite yet, the ability to so easily immerse ourselves in a game world or other virtual environment is worth every penny. For much more on all things virtual reality, stick with IGN.